But I still don't understand why we can't grow our sub count. It's been 6 months.
We're cute and heavy metal and horror. Who doesn't want to watch that?
My employers have a keen interest in this property in particular. They think it's a unique location.
They sent somebody out here a few years ago to close the place. They're talking about opening it back up now?
There may have been some oversight in the previous inspection.
Let me take a picture of you.
Right now?
It'll be good for the podcast. Here, let me get that headset behind you.
So there was just a person in the graveyard with us last night.
Stacy, this is a ghost.
You're trying to commune with the dead.
I'm not seeing shit, Stacy. Shit's happening to me.
I'm starting to think that Lillian and I are being haunted.
It's starting to feel just like the band all over again.
You want to explain to me what we just did?
There's something going on in that graveyard.
I've warned you over and over again, and you still wouldn't stay the hell away from here.
I need to know if what I'm seeing is real or not.
Hey guys, the intro is not playing. Why did the intro not play? Hold on. Where's the intro? Hey, it's the Deathrattle podcast, which means it's Wednesday. And I'm your host, Kanan Becker, and DJ should be along shortly, but for the moment, it's just me. I don't know why I'm having technical problems over here. Hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. Yeah. Very tired. Been a long week. Getting ready to go to Alaska to visit my sister and my little baby cousins that I haven't really ever seen. I mean, I saw them when they were like a year old, or one of them was a year, one of them was like 2 or 3. So I'm really excited to finally get to see them. My first 2 nephews. I have a niece, but she's all grown up, but they're my first 2 boy nephews. So anyway, how are you guys doing today? I don't know where the little applause button is. The DJ normally does all this. I should have been more prepared and set it up, but I was rushing to get back from the gym and time to start the stream. And yeah, you guys don't care. But how are you guys? How is everybody? Let's see. Let's see who we got in the stream. We have Jordanin, who unfortunately can't be here because they had a passing of someone in their family. So our hearts and thoughts are out with you right now. That sucks. Like, I know how hard that is. So hopefully you guys heal and everybody's okay. And yeah, like you said, you're in our thoughts. And then we have Smiley, who says he is my biggest pain in the ass. No, DJ is my biggest pain in the ass, but you're up there. Then we got Go Dog, Deathrattle. Oh, that's me, or it's us. Case. We have Chad, Solo Get Hike, B Movie Theater, Fjorfrau. I'll struggle to say that name. Is that everybody? Did I miss anybody? Gaston and Jenny Bearded Beastad. Jenny Bearded Beastad. So how is everybody doing? Is anybody else super excited for Evil Dead Burn tomorrow? A lot of people I know saw it yesterday. Like pretty much everybody I know saw it yesterday. I actually was going to go to the early screener on Monday, but then I was just like, you know what? I didn't feel like dealing with, like getting there early and all the bullshit of that and sitting in a crappy theater, because those media screenings suck. It's like, before you do them, you're like, oh, that'd be so cool to get to go to a media screening. And sometimes actors show up or directors, or at the very least, they talk about the movie. And sometimes you get free shirts or whatever. And you get to see the movie early and it's free and all that. Sounds great. But I'm telling you, it's cool in practice. But when you actually go to those things, they suck. Because it's like a bunch of people waiting in a long ass line. Some of them are media. Some of them get tickets from like winning things. Some of them use websites like GoFobo, and there's different early screening things where they'll just, when there's not enough seats full for media people, they'll fill the rest of the theaters up with people like that to help get the word out. And so it's just like a variety of people, but you got to get it there early. Like I've only had one of them where I had like a reserved seat, and so it didn't, like A24 reserved a seat for me for Talk to Me. And so, I had two. I had one for Halloween Halloween Kills. And so those are the only times where I got to show up and just already had a spot. So I don't have to worry about waiting or anything. But most of the time you're waiting in this long ass line, like as long as you get there fairly early, you'll get a spot, but you'll get a crappy seat unless you get there super early. And it's a hassle, and it's not really that special. Like I'm getting old. I would rather go to my theater that I love and eat the popcorn that I love, or everybody I know, all the people that work there, and see a movie that way. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go see Evil Dead tomorrow night, and then if I love it, if I enjoy it, I'll be talking about it in the video that comes out on Sunday. At least that's the plan, unless I don't like it, and then I won't talk about it. But this Friday, I got a special video, special treat for you guys. So definitely tune in to the Ghost Pirate channel on Friday. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'll love it. Like I know, like I said, basically everybody I talked to in the movie sphere saw it yesterday, or at least has seen it within the last week, and everybody. Like, I only know one person who didn't love it. They basically were like, yeah, it's gory and looks cool, but there's no substance. There's no real story. And I'm like, has there really ever been an Evil Dead with a lot of story? Like, that's not really what Evil Dead movies are. So I don't know. Like, I respect their opinion like I do anybody's, but to me, like, I go to see an Evil Dead movie because it's going to be over the top, super gory, zany, weird, gross, like creepy, fun. Like that's what an Evil Dead movie is. So, but that's what I go to see them for anyway. But I have heard that this one is the first Evil Dead. I saw Sean Chandler posted on Twitter and said this is the first Evil Dead that actually pushes the narrative along, like first movie, because the series, built up the lore of Evil Dead quite a bit. But none of the movies have really pushed them, at least since like Army of Darkness. And so this one, I guess, kind of gives some more, like builds out the story more. So I'm excited to see what they do with that too. So See, sorry, no one fights like Gaston. I have only seen those triplets once. What? I don't know who Gaston is. What triplets are you talking about? Yeah, DJ said he would be late. I don't know how late that is. You know, like he didn't make it sound like he sounded like he was definitely be here. So, but we'll see. I have a lot of stuff I want to get to though, but I'm trying to wait for him to get here because I don't really want to watch trailers without him if he's going to show up. Because we have a couple trailers. We have some news stories and a couple trailers. Because there's the trailer for Soulmate, then the new trailer for Dune, for the latest Dune. So what is it, part 3 maybe? And then there's some news about the VHS franchise. The next VHS movie is they're planning on putting it in theaters, so that's exciting. News about them making a Siren Head movie, and then Steven Spielberg is producing a Mandela Catalog movie. So I'm really excited about that because Mandela Catalog is to me one of, like, there's a few, like I've talked about them in videos over the last couple of months, but there's a few analog series, online YouTube series that I think would make for an amazing movies. And so like they're jumping all over everything YouTube, like for the next couple years, because of how much money Obsession and Backrooms have made. You're going to see Hollywood like snagging anything and everything. Like this just always happens. There's always trends like this. It's like, it was like this in music. I remember back in the day when Korn popped off and got famous, and all of a sudden record labels were signing every hard rock metal band out of California, like Southern California, even up here. And same was when like Deftones got signed. You had Papa Roach get signed, this band Far, like a bunch of other bands from the area, because it was like they just wanted to be the next one to snag, you know, the next big thing kind of thing. And so we're going to see that in movies. If they're done right, there's definitely a few of these analog horror online series that can be amazing. And to me, the Mandela Catalog has a lot of potential. Like Siren Head, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I don't really think it's like a series. From what I know, it's more of just like a creepypasta story. So I'm not really exactly sure where that could go, but yeah, so there's definitely, if you're a fan of online, you know, internet horror, anything from written or analog movies, series, and whatever, like there's going to be a lot of content made off of that stuff in the near future. Yeah, I haven't watched 3C's review of Evil Dead Burn. I saw that he posted it, but I try to avoid reviews, like other than, like I saw what he posted on Twitter like last week when he saw it, but that's about it. Like I try to avoid like reviews of movies until after I've seen it. And even then, a lot of times I don't watch reviews anymore, but especially, did they release a new trailer for Resident Evil? Did they release that like last week and we didn't watch that? I feel like they released a new. Like I'm trying to remember if we already watched the latest trailer for that or not. Yeah, it looks like still the most recent is from back in April. So I'm thinking because I think that maybe I might be misremembering, but I feel like there was talk that for Evil Dead Burn, one of the trailers was going to be Resident Evil. Yeah, because the most recent, still the most recent trailer is from back in April. So I would think we'll get another trailer really, really soon for that. And I feel like it would be a missed opportunity if they don't release it for like with Evil Dead. Don't you think? I mean, feels like that would be a perfect time to release that trailer. Like a final trailer. But I'm super amped for that one too. What's up, Mr. Wonderful? From what I know, Dune 3 is going to be the last one for a while because Danny Villeneuve, it's Denis Villeneuve, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying his name right. I'm not looking at it, but it's Denis Villeneuve. Yeah. He wants to do something else. He has something else that he wants to do next. But then there's talk that he might come back and do like the next 3 Dune, but it would be a while. So they might end up finding a different director. But if like Dune 3 makes $1 billion like the last 2 have, I can't imagine them being too patient waiting to make another one. You know, because they can make Dunes forever. Like there's so many books. They could just keep making these Dune movies like for the next 20 years. Yeah, Go Dog. I unfortunately did not like Passenger. Like I thought it was very like contrived. Like it just felt like it was doing a lot of the same things that we've seen done 1,000 times. It had some cool moments, like some really cool visuals, but yeah, I haven't talked about it in a video because I just didn't have anything really great to say about it. Not enough so that I wanted to recommend it. So I don't know much about the whole Deftones album leaking, but like I think that it was like kind of on purpose. But like I used to hang around a lot of the same people that those guys hung out with back when we were teenagers. I wasn't like friends with them, but I was part of the same scene, and so we shared a lot of the same friends. But I haven't like talked to any of those guys or been around any of that scene or any of that crew in a very long time. So like I really wouldn't know. But a lot of times when things like that leak, it's not totally on accident. I doubt there'll be boobies in Resident Evil. I just saying, I doubt there'll be boobies. But one of the movies that I'm talking about on Friday's video has some very nice boobies. Actually, one of the movies I'm talking about on Friday and then the one I'm talking about on Sunday has very, very nice, fully naked woman with quick shot of boobs. But yeah, definitely some nudity. One of the more fun movies I've seen in a while. So yeah, tune in on Sunday to see that video. Yeah, that's what sucked for Frau, I cannot say her name right now. What Frau said is I 100% agree. Like the beginning of Passenger, which is what they showed in the trailer, was by far the best part of the movie. I would have like ate it up like freaking candy if they had made the whole movie like that opening scene. Those friends were entertaining, enjoyable, the way it was shot, the way it all came together. It's exactly what I wanted in a Passenger movie, and that's not what we ended up getting. And to me, the chemistry of the lead actors just didn't work for me. Like I didn't feel like they were a real couple. Some of it was the dialogue, but also just the actors in general. And they're both great actors. Like I've seen both them in many other things, but just in general, it just did not work for me, which is a bummer because I was really excited about that one. That was one of my most anticipated, movies of the year. But I can't be too disappointed because we have had, hey, there he is. I just texted him, where are you? And there he is.
Hey!
I literally just texted you, where are you?
Are we ready to start the show?
And what? Yeah.
I said, are we ready to start the show?
Yeah, I've been trying to kill time because I'm like, I don't really want to get into these stories, especially the trailers, if you're going to be here. Because it's like,
All right. Well, my StreamYard.
Either of these trailers. I've been waiting to watch.
I haven't seen them either. My StreamYard is
being wonky.
being wonky, so just give me a second.
You sound great. It's just a little bit choppy looking.
It's really?
It just looks like low quality. Like I don't know if it's the green screen background that's doing it, or if it's just.
Oh, it might be. I'm at full HD. I'm at 1080. Here, let me refresh.
Yeah, it's your background. It's just your background. It's just doing that pixel thing around your head.
I can't click on anything either for some reason. Oh, never mind. All right, so are we ready to start the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's up? It is 7:21 p.m. here on the East Coast, 4:21 over there on the West Coast, 1:20 or 12:21 a.m. in the UK, and then 10. Oh, I got to do some math now. 10. What's 36 plus? Oh God, it's 11. It's sometime over there in Aussie land. This is the Deathrattle podcast. I'm your host, DJ Remark from Horror Sucks. With me is Mr. Kanan Becker. What's going on, buddy?
Up? You're only a week and 22 minutes late.
Well, that's okay because I was celebrating America
for
our
right? 4th of July,
250th year of independence from the monarchy of the British government. Eat it, you beans and mash.
Yeah, but they're still in the World Cup, man.
What's that stupid thing that British people eat? Something in bangers and mash. You can suck bangers and mash.
Yeah, but bangers and mash is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, okay.
It is just like beans on toast. When it's done right, it's actually pretty damn good.
It's British food, so it's disgusting, especially in the month of July. I'm trying to find.
I wouldn't want it in the month of July either, but in a cold winter night, pretty much all British, like most British staples, are pretty good.
I'm trying to find where.
How was your 4th though?
It was great. Spent it with the family. Hung out with a bunch of friends, and it was a really good time. My parents have a pool that was nice to swim in, and I got really drunk, and it was a lot of fun. Nice. I'm trying to find my special 4th of July shirt, my special Independence Day shirt.
A picture of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of it so that I can send it to all of us, or I can make it live. Give me a second. Let me try to find it. But it was it's
merch.
You guys will
merch.
Like it. No, it's not merch. This is something that I bought. I gotta find it. I do have a picture of it because I'm very proud of it. Where is it? I have a picture of me wearing it somewhere. Okay, here it is. I think I shared this on Facebook.
And I'm so amped. I'm so amped for Evil Dead Burn tomorrow. Like, people are loving it.
I've been hearing good things.
Yep. Although I have heard that there isn't much story, which is odd because I've also heard this is the first Evil Dead movie since Army of Darkness that actually pushes the story forward. So I'm like, well, which one is it?
How can it do both? Yeah, right.
Exactly. I think it's like all Evil Dead movies. They're not a story-driven movies. Oh yeah, I saw this picture. Super fun. What is it though? Is it like fireworks?
No. Let me see. I have to actually share this. Hang on.
Because I see the colors, but is it motorcycles?
No. Let me give me 1 second. Let me try to find a. I'll do this. Hang on.
But yeah, so from what I'm gathering, it's like most Evil Dead movies where they're more style over substance. You know, that's just what they are. It's more about the funniness and the gore and all of that. They're not story-driven movies. That's never what any of them have been. But this one does still give you some. So I find it odd, the complaints that I've seen that it didn't have much of a story, because it's like, what Evil Dead has? Army Darkness is the only one that has.
Well, it's not necessarily the
has
story.
the most story.
Yeah,
but
it's
even
not
that. It's not about like story.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the story. Why? I don't understand. Oh my god, the amount of compression that goes through Messenger, like
Yeah, it sucks.
Because I can't zoom in without it. I can't zoom in without it getting blurry. So
that's why you need AirDrop.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let me
hang on.
AirDrop it.
I have it here. I just needs washed.
Well, that's just put it closer to the screen. You should have done that a long time ago. Oh, but now it's clipping out.
Yeah, I know. Now it's clipping out. So like,
yeah, put it on. See if
I'm not putting it on.
Like wrap it around you so you still see your
face.
There
you go. Can you guys see it?
Is that boobs? That's boobs. That's awesome. Where did you find that? Did you get it online?
It's on Amazon.
Dude, that's awesome. That's on Amazon?
Yeah, it's like a golf shirt. So it's really nice fabric.
Yeah,
and
it's that thin, breathable, like nylon kind of material.
It's really nice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So,
I love that. It looks like motorcycles, like motorcycle tires, like from a distance. But I also, have shitty eyesight.
But
that's, I'm excited for Evil Dead. But then a bunch of people I know saw Odyssey as well, and they're like, "Dude, this is like basically they're blown away by it," and they're like, every time we think Christopher Nolan might be slipping or whatever, he goes and does this. So like they're saying it's like one of those epic adventure movies that you don't get much anymore of, stuff they used to get in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I'm sure it's exactly like that, and that's not just a bunch of grifters.
No, because these aren't the people I'm talking about. They're not people that make money from blowing up stuff.
I don't know, man. I just
legit.
Everything about it is bad, and so going to see the movie and it's that good. Yeah, the trailers are bad. So here you go, Odyssey? Guys. This is my.
What looks bad to you about the? Oh, it's awesome. But what looks bad to you about the Odyssey trailer?
It just looks cheap. I don't.
There's no CGI. It's like almost all practical. He even built a 30-foot tall fucking giant. Like the giant you've seen at the Cyclops is actually a practical giant fucking thing.
Okay. I'm just giving you my opinion of what I've seen from the trailer.
But it's Christopher Nolan. He doesn't do CG.
It looks cheap. It looks like I don't like the actors that they chose. I don't think that they're like, I'm not buying what they're selling. I don't like I don't like the fact that they're using a modern American accent for a historical film. This is a argument that my friends and I actually had over.
I know that's always tough because the only way to do it right would be then to do subtitles.
Well, yes. I mean? However, here's my thing about it.
Ultimately, but it's a fantasy story too. It's not even.
Well, hang on.
It's not based on real.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter. But we've been so conditioned to hear an old British accent or an old English accent when it comes to fantasy or historical fantasy, something like that. We've been just conditioned to hear that it's really kind of accepted now and more normalized that way than a modern American accent. And I understand that the argument is, well, it shouldn't matter that much because, unless they're doing a Grecian accent, then it's wrong. And it's like, okay, sure. But if it doesn't matter,
it should be subtitles if you want to get really accurate,
right. I mean? But if it doesn't matter, then why change it in the first place? So that's my argument, is that if it doesn't matter, why change it in the first place? If you change it in the first place, that means it does matter. So what are you doing? That's where I'm
they're not.
from.
They're just speaking like Americans.
I know, but typically when you're doing an epic fantasy or you're doing some kind of historical, mythical, if you're telling a mythical story in film, it is typically actors are going to use an older English dialect or accent.
Like in Hollywood history, that is what, especially like in the 70s,
Right.
That's what they would have done. The problem with that is I can see it from both sides, and I guarantee you that if they had tried to do that, people would have murdered the movie for these bad British accents and been like, that isn't accurate.
Disagree.
And blah, blah, blah.
I disagree.
They would
I
because
disagree.
we've seen it done.
Lord of
We've
the
seen
Rings.
it happen.
Lord of the Rings. Sean Astin.
Yeah, but that's not historical. What the fuck would they?
But yes, it is. It's not historical,
No, it's
but it's fantasy. It's medieval fantasy, is what it is. Sean Astin
but it's
has one of the
medieval.
worst English.
But it's medieval. It's meant
Okay.
to be English. If it had
Right,
any
you didn't
accent,
hear what
it
I'm
would
saying.
be.
Any sort of historical, mythical story told through a Western Hollywood film medium typically has a British or Old English accent. Okay. So that's
like
why
300.
right. So that's why we can liken it to other things. And so what you just said was, well, if they went that way and it was bad, people would have a problem. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying less people would have a problem.
No,
than the
I think they would have
majority of
gotten
people.
crucified. I don't agree. I think they would have gotten murdered no matter which
And I
way
would
they
say
went.
no, they wouldn't, because Lord of the Rings, Sean Astin has one of the worst English accents.
I'm not talking
Nobody
about a
gives a
bad
shit.
accent. I'm not talking about not being able to do a good accent. I'm talking more about just simply doing a British accent makes no sense in relation to the historical stuff that's going on in this. Because like with Lord of the Rings, it makes sense because it was written by a fucking British guy. You know what I mean? And it has a medieval like tone to it. It's kind of like the
Yeah, I know. It's supposed
what's
to
the
be an
TV
English
show?
myth. It's supposed to be an
Whereas
English myth.
this
That's
is
what
not
they wanted to
English
do.
people. There's
Right.
no English in it. So it's either you like they probably should have just given them like Greek type of thing, but then none of the cast is Greek. So it's
Right.
like
So
and it's a mythical
then what
story.
you do is you just status quo and just do an English accent. And if it
But
doesn't
the
matter,
thing is,
then
none
why
of
are you
them-
changing it to a modern American accent? That's my question.
because
If it
they're
doesn't
all
matter-
modern American people.
So what? Are they actors? Are they good actors? Can they do
No,
a
no,
better
I'm saying,
British
like-
accent than
like
Sean Astin in Lord of the
nationality.
Rings?
They're
They
all
probably
just-
can.
Like they didn't try to go with accurate casting either, as far as like
I
like,
know,
this
and
is
that's another
a
big
fantasy
problem.
story that's not based on
Why do the weird casting? Why do the weird casting if it doesn't matter? Why? That means you're saying it does matter. And so if it does
no,
matter,
I think they just
what does it
chose to
matter?
go like they went with. I hadn't even really thought about it. Well, like it is odd that none of the cast is Greek. Like everybody is very
Not
white,
only they're not
regular-
Greek, but they don't even
white,
look
but, like,
Greek.
they're all very
Like, it's not-
American.
they're not
like-
even like it's not only is it not Greek, they're like the opposite of Greek.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So,
so,
like,
yeah,
I wonder what
so
the
why do
decision
that?
behind that
they're
was.
just actors.
Probably-
Sorry, that's not an
Probably
excuse.
because if Christopher Nolan he commits, he's going to either like commit all the way one way or the other. So I think that's probably what it was. It was like if he's going to do something true to the period, then it's going to be all Greek casting, Greek accents, if
Do you
not
know-
doing subtitles.
Hang
You know
on,
what I mean?
I got to look this up first. Hang on.
I just think it's a fantasy, so like it doesn't really matter. It's not based on real history.
It doesn't. No. It okay. So but you understand that's also a bad argument. You can't just say, "Oh, it doesn't matter because it's a myth." So then why instead of horses, why don't they just drive 2011 Honda Accords? It's fantasy. Who gives a shit, right? So like there is.
Well, no, I mean it is like it is fantasy. So
okay, yeah. So if it's a fantasy, if it's a myth, then they should just be
because
driving
it's
2011
him
Honda
telling
Accords
it,
into battle. Like
but you could,
like
but
they
you
just-
could, you could,
You
if
could,
wanted.
right? But would
but
that
then
be
that's
good? Would that
totally-
enhance the story? Would that enhance the verisimilitude of the film? Would that
Well, I haven't
enhance
seen
the
this.
quality? Okay,
I haven't seen it. I'm not
Okay.
going to judge a movie
you're
based
not
on
okay, but you're not a moron.
not seeing it yet.
So if you went to go watch a historical myth or a fantastical myth, and the characters started driving 2011 Honda Accords, that would not immediately pull you out of the movie.
But see,
and
I
make
don't
you go,
know
"What the
if that
fuck is
would have
happening?"
made. But see, I don't know if that would have made this movie better. You know what I mean? I think there's pros and cons either way. So like if you went with I definitely don't think you should have done accents. Like my thing is if you're going to do any accents, you do fucking Greek and you cast the people like you did in 300 to make them actually look like people that they're portraying from that era.
So
like you either do that or what they did with this, and they basically did like an American, huh?
No, nothing. Sorry. Finish your point. I don't want to talk about the Odyssey anymore.
I know. I'm just saying we haven't seen the movie. Like I'm just basing that off of, like I think.
I know, but
we're
arguing. But we're arguing because I gave you my opinion of what I saw in the trailers and what I didn't like. And so, like,
I'm
sure.
not saying there's anything wrong with
completely...
you having that opinion. I just, for me, I am like one or the other. Like if you're gonna change the nationalities, then dude, do the accents too. You know, like don't make anything.
But why?
Like either make everything period accurate, including the nationalities of people, or if you're gonna do this God's fantasy movie that isn't based on any real history anyway, the don't put some weird accents that don't apply either. Like a British accent makes no sense, dude. Like it just not nowadays.
Right.
Like, yes, back in the day when everything
makes more sense.
More based on stage play, then it was one thing, but it doesn't work anymore.
But it makes more sense to do that than it would make to do like a Southern American dialect, right? Would you agree?
No. How would it be any more or less? It's
so
not any more accurate.
Like there's British
accent isn't any more.
You would be just as enveloped in the film. The verisimilitude would still be there. You would be immersed in this film if people from ancient Greece were talking like this. If they were saying, "Hey, go build me that ship over there." That wouldn't completely pull you out of the movie. You're saying you're
the
saying
only reason it worked in like Moses is
way.
Because that's what we did at the time.
Okay, but I'm asking you to be real with me. I'm asking you a genuine question. Would you, if you heard characters from the Odyssey speaking in a Southern American dialect?
For me, this is just me. I quickly adapt to whatever the style they're going for, and I'm just going to roll with it for whatever they do there.
Okay.
And so if you're not going to do a period accurate accent and nationalities, then I am totally fine with you're making an American movie, American version of this, dude. Then don't give me weird British accents. Like it makes no sense.
Okay, well then, you're probably going to enjoy the shit out of this film.
No, I don't know if I will.
But people,
not even
necessarily
my type of thing, but I do usually like what Nolan does. Oppenheimer was fantastic.
Yeah, Oppenheimer was great.
Like he's just one of those people that I generally trust him. I'm not going to go into a movie and prejudge, because he's usually such a talented filmmaker that even if I don't necessarily like every decision that he makes, overall, it's going to be a quality made movie. And that's kind of what I'm expecting from this.
I mean, I guess.
But like an accent thing isn't going to make or break a movie is what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, some people it does. I want to talk about Demonessa says, hang on. Demonessa says, "Hey boys, in a bad place tonight, so need your help making me laugh," which I know you can. We will do that.
We need to watch these trailers and talk about these news stories.
Yes, we're going to do that. We were just getting into a little bit of the Odyssey stuff because I'm not excited about the movie. I don't think it's going to be good, but Kanan does. And
I'm surprised. I actually thought it would be more your speed of movie than mine.
It would be, but everything that's come out about it that's made me go, why are we doing this, is just bringing down my expectations. So, and the fact that he's pulling it, this is going to be my last point. I don't want to talk about it. This is just my own opinion. This is my last point, and then I want to move on. The fact that he is not actually basing his movie off of Homer's epic. He's basing it off of a 2017 translation from a gender-aware feminist that wanted to strip away male Victorian patriarchal biases from an ancient Grecian myth gives me pause.
Okay, I didn't know that. That
my
is a little
my
odd.
eyebrow doth raise a little when I read
agree.
something like that. So
I agree.
So
like,
going
I didn't
into
know
that,
that
makes me just go, "What are we doing here?" And I would
yeah,
rather
but
watch a movie
to
about
play
Odyssey,
devil's,
I'd rather watch it from Homer's fucking Odyssey. Because if I don't like this, I'm just gonna go watch. I'm just gonna go watch "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," which is the best adaptation of the Odyssey that I've seen in modern storytelling.
but
I don't want to talk. I mean, I don't
like,
want to talk
play
about
devil's advocate.
I know.
To play devil's advocate, you have like what is it, Shakespeare, and what's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
It's the modern the Romeo and Juliet. They're in modern times, but they're still speaking in.
Yeah, so like you have that. Like sometimes
I don't think
take
that's
and make a completely different interpretation.
I think that's different. No. I don't think.
Works.
I think that's. I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think that's an apt comparison because.
Well, I haven't seen this.
I didn't like that movie.
You haven't either.
Right, but I don't think it's the same thing as taking a translation of a myth and like being like, here's a better way to tell this story because I'm stripping out all this stuff that didn't exist in ancient Greece anyway. So it's just you're bastardizing the actual story that way.
I guess it just depends on what those changes are.
Like I liked a West Side Story, and that's Romeo and Juliet, but it's about two gangs in New York, and an interracial romance.
Yeah,
but I don't think because you're still telling Romeo and Juliet. It's just through a different, I guess.
And
time,
this might be still telling the Odyssey. Huh? We don't know how much, and this might still be telling the Odyssey. We don't know what that means. Like,
sure,
I didn't know that,
but that's why
so that does give me pause as well.
Right.
I'm just saying that it is still possible.
I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying, why? You have the Odyssey. If you want to make the Odyssey, there it is. You know what I mean? It's like remaking Star Wars after somebody else rewrote the script to Star Wars that had all the problems with the way that. Luke was a character, and
if you're going to remake it, you might as well.
No, if not when it comes to an epic fantasy, not when it comes to an epic fantasy, when it comes to a myth. Like,
I mean, like to me, when you're remaking something, you got to change it. You got to do something different.
You got to make it your own. No, wait. You have to make it your own, but you don't have to do all of these weird things that they're doing.
But I don't know what those changes are, and neither do you, because we haven't seen it. We don't know.
Okay, what we've seen is in the trailer. What we've seen is in the cast.
Have you read that version of the Odyssey?
No. But I can't imagine it's very good because
you don't know that if you haven't read it and we haven't seen this movie.
Okay,
like, this is what I always argue with you on, as the cynicalness about you that you automatically jump to a negative conclusion before, like, if you're going to jump to any conclusion for you, it's always the negative side.
I don't care from what perspective. It could be from a chauvinist, patriarchal perspective of a retelling of an epic of a myth. I'm going to have the same problem with it. And I'm going to say it's probably not going to be good.
Because you're a pessimist.
I would say the exact same thing.
Because
it's a myth that has persisted through time in the way that it is. That means it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, but every generation
Shakespeare
changes.
Doesn't need to be.
No. Every generation changes.
Lens.
They've always done it. Every generation rewrites these ancient stories and changes them to fit the times that they're in. This isn't a new thing. You look at every ancient story, and every civilization has taken those stories and twisted them and changed them and made them fit to whatever the styles of the time and the morals and whatever were going on at the time. Just like we did, in the early films history, like a lot of movies were changed and adapted and made different. And then we went and did it again and changed them again. Like, I mean, look how many times we've done Dracula. Some good, some bad. Some closer to the novel, some less.
Okay, but people are not going back. Nobody's going to say, I'm going to make Dracula, right? I'm not saying nobody's done this. People have done this. I'm going to make Dracula, but I'm going to make it from this perspective. And it's like, okay, that's probably not going to be good. That's where I start. Because
I mean, if it's overly feminist and like very like all of that, then I'm with you. But I don't know that, and neither do you.
Right. Okay. All right. Here's how I.
But
like
I agree. If they do that, and
If
it
somebody
feels like
is
a neutered,
squatting
if it feels like a
over-
fucking neutered
wait.
thing,
If somebody is squatting with their ass out over a plate and straining, can you infer that they're about to shit on that plate or no? Because they haven't
no,
done
they
it
might.
yet.
No, they
They
might
might.
be.
They,
about
they
to
might
pee.
actually. A steak might come out of there.
Are they
right?
man or woman?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are they Steve-O?
What?
Are they Steve-O? Because if it's Steve-O, it's probably an egg.
All right. I know you're being funny, and
He is
actually,
Jackass.
I know. And did you see the new Jackass? Actually,
Yeah, it's so fun.
yeah, I thought it was great. I
loved it.
It was a lot of fun. But anyway, it's that's what I see when I
I'm
see
not.
stuff like
Yeah,
this.
I totally
That's
get
all.
where you're coming from.
That's
I just think you're being overly pessimistic.
That's
for
fine.
something-
I've had a lot of,
but I do
that's
understand.
fine, but I've had a lot of my
understand the,
plates shit on, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm pessimistic, because I got a lot of plates with shit on them because they've done this to properties and movies and stuff that I like.
No, I agree. I hear where you're coming from. I hadn't really thought about. I hadn't thought, to be honest. I haven't been like amped or excited for this at all. So for me, I'm just like, cool. But it was the same with
I
Oppenheimer.
could be
It wasn't
completely
like
wrong.
a movie I was excited for to see that year. It was just like, oh, cool. And I appreciate what he does. And so
I could be completely wrong. I could be completely
and
wrong.
I'm
I am open to that.
And it's the first time he's ever done anything horror. And I guess there's a sequence in it where he like studied a bunch of horror movies and like talked to John Carpenter and like talked to a bunch of different famous horror directors and like made a legit horror scene in it. So I'm excited to see what that's like.
Yeah, we'll see it.
So,
All right. Lenny's like, did somebody say trailers? Yes, we are going to get to them. Which one do you want to do first?
Yeah.
We're going to do that now. We are transitioning. We're going to what's up, Terry?
are you a fan of Dune?
I am. I actually enjoyed the last two movies. Like, I like the first one the best, but I enjoyed the second one. So
Same.
yeah.
No, I'm not like, I'm not a big, like, I'm not like anticipating this or anything. Not like I am Werewolf. But like, I always enjoy them at the same
There's
time.
plenty of Dracula movies with boobs, Mr. Wonderful.
I
It's
think
like kind of his thing.
almost all of them, right?
Yeah, it's kind of his thing. All right. Whoa. My chat just went crazy. Okay, here we go. All right. What you want to watch? So we're gonna watch the Dune. We're gonna watch the Dune trailer.
Yeah, let's watch that one first.
All right, let's watch the Dune trailer. Let me share this. We have not seen this, right? You and me.
Because I'm guessing we're gonna be shitting all over Soulmate. That's the only reason why I want to watch the trailer, is because I'm expecting we're gonna be shitting all over it.
Okay. All right, so here is the Dune 3.
If you don't know what Soulmate is, it's the spin-off of Megan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. But this is the R-rated adult version where
Ooh.
this time it's a sexy female instead of a little girl. Robot.
So why do you think it's right? All right, well, we'll talk about it. Here's Dune 3. We are fast forwarding through quite a bit of time. Like that's what this looks like. You've read the books, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So it looks like
because
it looks like we are fast forwarding.
Well, this one's supposed to start off years after that last movie. Like they're going to kind of fast forward through her having kids and the war fully going down. Like that's what this one is supposed to basically focus on, is the war.
Well, yeah, but it looks like there's already been wars. It looks like,
so I think they're gonna kind of fast forward through like 10 years.
Yeah,
it blows me away how fast he's been able to make these movies.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he had them all conceptualized.
Yeah,
so,
but
like they already knew what they were doing.
I mean, every one of these like is so the sets, the costumes, they're so layered and technical. Like just the way he makes movies in general, it's so technical. And so it's impressive to me that they're even able to make these in less than like multiple years. You know what I mean? Like when it takes
Lord of the Rings did
James Cameron
back in the 90s.
Yeah, but they did all of them at the same time.
Right. Well, didn't they do these all at the same time?
No.
I thought there was like 1 year of.
But they did the first two, not this one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, yes,
the first two were made per like I think the principal photography of the first two movies took place over like a year and a half, something like that.
And then they
But
took
this
like a year
one-
off and made this one.
Yeah, it's been.
When did the second
But
one
like
came
they
out?
didn't even
Like,
greenlight this. That's why I'm so impressed at this, because they didn't even greenlight this movie until that second one had been out for a while, because of how much money these movies cost to make. They were like, unless it makes $1 billion, they weren't sure they were to get a green
did
light.
2
to
make $1
this.
billion?
I think it was close enough. I don't know if it ended up making over $1 billion, but like it needed to make pretty close to that for it to be profitable enough to for sure make a third.
Well, then they
And-
obviously did it.
But even still, I mean, that came out like what, 2 years ago?
I thought more than that. I thought it was like 3 years ago. When did Dune 2 come out, Chad?
2024.
Oh, so yeah, you're right. 2 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. So they didn't even
It
greenlight
feels
it.
longer. Why does it feel longer?
Yeah, they didn't even. That's what I'm saying. They didn't even greenlight this one until I think it was, I want to say January or February of 2025. And so he's had from then until now, because there's already a trailer, which means the majority of the movie's done.
Demonessa, you got to watch these. You got to watch these movies. They're good. The one in the 80s is overhated. I think it's overhated.
It's just slow.
It's slow and it's silly and it's Lynchian.
Yeah, but it's Lynchian.
the cast was good.
You gotta get with Lynch. If you don't get the weirdness and like
Yeah, but I don't get with Lynch,
pacing
I
and
still
all
think
the
it's
stuff
fine.
of Lynch, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of Lynch, but I think it's fine. I think it's better than people. I think it's better than people hate. I think it's like trust me, I have a lot of complaints of the 1980s one, but
Did you grow up reading the books?
no, I read the books after the new movies came out.
Okay.
I tried reading Dune
When did you watch the David Lynch ones?
like in 2020.
Yeah, so after you saw this one, the first one of these.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that is part of like a lot of the people that shit on that one. They like saw that first, and that's what they had. And then they saw this, and they're like, fuck, dude, this is what it should have been the whole time. But a lot of the people I think mostly that hate on that one are the diehards. Like, are the people that are like super, super like into the books. And that's why they love these ones, because they're so accurate to the books.
Well,
And Lynch
sort of.
was
Wait,
Lynch,
wait.
so he did kind of his own thing.
So these movies are they're more accurate than the 80s, yes, but
Yeah.
they're still pretty far off. Like Zendaya's character is not as
Yeah, I've heard that.
predominant in the books as these movies. And again,
Yeah,
it's
she's more
fine.
passive, right?
Well, she's just not really in it as much.
Yeah.
She just really doesn't have that
But
much of
she's
an
not
active
as
role.
strong of a character, right? Yeah.
It's not that no. She's just she just doesn't have that active of a role. That's all it is. Like she's and it's been a year since I've read it. But she's there, but she's more of like an advisor to Paul, and she doesn't really do like.
And
that
I wonder
much.
if he made her because of it being Zendaya, or if he always intended on her being more prevalent. You know what I mean? And
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if it was the chicken or the egg. You know what I mean? If he like, I got Zendaya, she's becoming this mega star, and she, she's like a woman of the times, like it or not. She like really is the younger generation. Like she's like their, I don't know, Hollywood, one of the Hollywood millennial or not millennial, Gen X
Z
or no, Z, yeah, Gen Z. That's what
He'll
I'm
get
looking
there,
for.
guys. Don't worry. He'll get there.
I don't fucking know. There's too many, but no, the Gen Z's like I'm trying to think who would have been comparable for like my age group.
I don't know. I just don't think she's a very good actor. Demonessa, yes,
I think she's
really
pretty damn good, but you
are
haven't
really
seen
that
her in a
good.
lot of the stuff. You've admittedly said you haven't seen her in a lot of stuff where
I haven't
she
seen her in her stupid indie
shows
ones
her
that you've
chops.
seen. I've seen her
Yeah.
in the Spider-Man movies. I've seen her in Dune.
But
I've
she's
seen her
not asked
in.
to do much in the Spider-Man.
Yes, she is. She's asked to do plenty, and even if you're not asked to do much, if you're a good actor, you can do a lot with a little, right?
I just don't think she has to show. She shows much range. I don't think she's.
No, she definitely
They're
does.
not asking her to show much range. but also she's young, and I think she's getting better. And like, I didn't really think as highly of her as I do now because of seeing her in that indie tennis movie. That the only reason to see that movie is her. Like, she's so incredible in that. It is. It's super fucking dumb. I like.
All right,
can't stand.
Can we finish this?
But she is great in it.
All right. Well, let's finish this.
Not that much happened. Like, especially in the last one.
We will see.
Doesn't it feel like they're packing a lot into this one though?
Yes.
Like, you even said a lot of time goes by, but like there's lots of different scenes where it looks like totally different locations, totally different ages on people. Like, so yeah. Hopefully it doesn't feel rushed.
What's the other hang on. What's the other trailer?
Soulmate.
That's right.
Okay, so what I'm going on, a reason I said this movie is rated R is because that's when it's been promoted from the very beginning. Originally, this was supposed to come out in theaters this past January, but then Megan 2 flopped so bad that they were like, Blumhouse is like, yeah, we're cutting bait on it. We're not going to put this in theaters and put a bunch of money to try to promote this fucking movie. And so now it's just going straight to streaming. And it was also delayed like crazy, and now it's finally coming out to streaming. But like the whole time it's been like, it's this rated R, it's a rated R Megan. Everybody that wanted to see a Megan movie but more bloody and like violent and all that, this is for the adult audience basically. It's like more sexually charged and more violent and blah blah blah.
B movie, I thought Ready Player One was pretty good. You think that you think that he said, you know what movie needs a better version made that's based on a book? Ready Player One. I thought it was pretty good. I thought that movie was. I
haven't read the book though. Did you read the book?
A long time ago.
So maybe that's why. Like,
yeah,
but everybody. The thing is, the worst possible thing anybody can ever do is watch a movie that they're a fan of the book. It just.
I disagree.
It's so rare that a movie holds up to a book. It just doesn't.
So long as the movie sticks with the spirit of the book, I think fans will forgive a lot of stuff. And I always bring up Lord of the Rings because it's the perfect example.
Think about it. That's the gold standard. That's like,
I know,
dude,
but
name another.
People should aspire
name anything else. No, I agree.
Jurassic Park.
I agree. No, DJ. I 100% agree. I'm just saying, like, if you're a fan of a book, you can't expect to ever have an adaptation hold up to like that. It's just not. Every now and then you get lucky and one does, like Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings, but it's very fucking rare.
I haven't read the book, but
don't hold your breath. Like, if you're waiting for an adaptation that's going to live up to the book, it's just doesn't happen.
I haven't read the book, but I heard that. Damn it, Hail Mary, was
I've heard it is like really, really close though. Like it basically did as good of a job as you possibly can. But the difference is the writer basically made the movie too. Like that same guy,
right? Well,
is extremely involved in everything to do with the movie. And so like that's what's different is you can't have Tolkien come back to life and make a movie, so like a lot of these classic stories, they're based on books that are like 50, 100, 200 years old.
I hear Hunger Games. I haven't read the Hunger Games, but I hear those are pretty faithful, or they're pretty good as far as adaptations of movie from book to movie.
But isn't that a similar situation where the author is still isn't the author?
Well, yeah, I mean, like then, so that's what you should do if you can most of the time. And I think a lot of Stephen King adaptations are also really good.
No,
not all of them.
Some of them have been good. I think there's only a few people that can do Stephen King.
Long Walk.
Yeah, but I think Flanagan's actually made Stephen King better. I think he's one of the only people out there that actually can make books better. Because I think that Gerald's Game is a far better movie than it is a book. It's not even a book, right? It's just a short story.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't read it, so I don't know.
And like The Long Walk isn't like I read that. That's just a very small short story. It's not a book. When you read The Long Walk, you're like, how can this be made into a movie? And so it's like really amazing to me that they were able to make such a good movie out of that.
Yeah, so I think it's doable, but all right, we're gonna watch.
No, it is. Obviously it's doable. I'm just saying, like, as a fan, you shouldn't be like, they need to make a better version. And it's like, dude, more than likely you're not gonna get it. Like, you're just not.
So this is Soulmate with an 8 as the A. So it's Soulmate,
like AI.
So Soulmate. Here we go.
Yeah, the same time they did fucking that Afraid, they were working on this.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Will nothing ever make you happy?
I hate when they fucking do that. Oh my god! Stop with the
pre-trailer?
5-second pre-trip. Fucking stop!
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Cringiest shit. Whatever
YouTubers are doing that too.
Whatever your bean counters did that went, oh, people have short attention spans, so we got to grab them so they can watch the full. No, stop it.
Yep.
That's not a thing.
YouTubers are doing that too, or have been doing that too, but they're starting to stop.
Just play the fucking trailer.
In the box, you got 3 outfits: sundress with an apron, nightclub, and schoolgirl.
Schoolgirl?
I found the android to be limited in its expressions.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so we already saw this movie.
Yeah, and it was actually good because it was called Companion.
David, I cannot perform that action for you.
And supposedly,
I want
the producers were super fucking pissed off at Companion, basically because they said from the beginning that they stole the idea and made Companion. But it was like that they started it first. I don't know. There's a whole thing. Producers, like I've talked to numerous people that were involved in all of it, and there's a big hate thing between the production of this and Companion.
Okay, well, Companion,
but I mean,
fucking great. So,
but it also came out a year ago. Like it's kind of on them for taking their sweet ass time to get it out. Then
right, yeah. Hey, snooze, you lose.
No matter what, though, this looks like a far cheaper generic version.
Greasy and your skin is dry, David.
Excuse me?
Okay, so this is
what it reminds me of.
This is Companion and Obsession. This is Companion and Obsession.
Yeah. Well, the unfortunate thing is that this movie supposedly was at least conceptualized long before either of those movies.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes to show you that like you got to be the first to the punch, man. You got to hurry up with your production.
If I were a producer of this movie, I'd be fucking pissed.
But it's like all these things, right? When you try to jump on a trend, you're playing with fire because trends come and go so fast. Like we're going to talk about that next.
Right, because when it comes to movies, when it comes to Hollywood right now, nobody wants to be first. Everybody wants to be second.
Well, no, it's not. They wanted to take the easy road. You know what I mean?
That's what I meant.
This works. So we'll make that.
Right. That's what I meant. They want to be second. That's what I meant.
No creativity.
Yeah.
No creativity. And no being bold. And like, that's what we're going to talk about next is the whole stuff with Obsession.
Heather's like Obsession.
But like Obsession, dude, they were ahead of their time. Like they made their movie. It was
even as Heather beat you know like
their own thing. It wasn't like copying anything. And now Obsession fucking just crossed $400 million worldwide. Like,
all right, let's finish this.
Just goes to show you. I'm actually surprised that it actually looks decent. But I think a big part of that is what's her name as an actor. I think she's great.
I don't know, man. This
I'm not saying it looks amazing, but it looks better than I was expecting.
It's just Companion and Obsession. And you said they made this movie last year.
I know that it's been done since last year.
Yeah,
it was supposed to come out in January.
I don't know. Jeez. All right, and then where is
But
those
it's
are the
like
only
they
two
gave it a
photos?
generic fucking ass name.
Yeah. Yeah, that name sucks. Where is Bloody Disgusting? Because we have where's that story? I just had it.
See, I also don't understand how this is a spinoff of Megan, and I think promoting it as that was a bad idea too. Because
you know
like,
what else?
is it supposed to connect as far as?
Oh, I don't know. Where is? I try to get prepared, and I just
Lily Sullivan. Yeah.
I
Lily
just
Sullivan is
blew it up.
outstanding. Like she did a movie called God damn it. It's a little tiny movie where she's literally the only person, and it just is so good. I gained like it's called Monolith. And it's this little Australian movie, and it's literally she's the only person in the entire movie, but she carries it. It is so good. And so like I'm just a huge fan of hers now. And so I think that she alone might make that movie worth seeing. Because even though it's kind of a cheesy premise and all that, like she looks like she fully commits to that character. So I'll give it a chance, surprisingly, because I thought I was going to be like, great, here we go. But yeah, anyway, I'm very excited about this.
So VHS SCP, next VHS installment takes on the SCP Foundation. I haven't read this article, but I have questions on how they're going to be able to pull this off with the SCP being in the public domain.
Yep. Legality. How's that going to work?
Also, this image looks fucking dumb.
Well, that's from, that's a bad steal. I don't know why they use that, but it's from VHS, the sci-fi one.
This is the sci-fi one. Yeah.
It's actually one of the best parts of that.
Yeah, I just don't know why they chose.
It's just a really bad shot because
it looks really.
The actual creature looks pretty good, but you never see it in the middle of the day frozen like that.
Yeah,
like that's the most brief image. I don't know why they use that, but anyway. So okay,
next
so
VHS
for people that don't, does it explain what SCP is in here?
I don't know. I haven't read this. Let's. Yes, okay. It's. I see it right here. Okay, here it is. Here it is. It's from Bloody Disgusting. The next VHS installment is on the way. This time from producer Roy Lee, Weapons and It. And it's landed on its new theme. Spooky Pictures and Image Nation are teaming up to produce VHS SCP, Variety reports. And it'll be the first feature-length addition to the online collective fiction project, the SCP, Special Containment Procedures Foundation. The SCP Foundation began in 2008 as a collaborative digital project, and it has since grown into one of the largest fan-driven horror and sci-fi universes online. You can get acquainted with the SCP Foundation via Bloody FM's SCP Archives podcast, or you could just go to the SCP Foundation's website
and read them.
Which is what I recommend you do anyway.
Dude, you'll spend an entire fucking day. Dude, it's so much fun.
Spend longer than that. VHS.
But I'm just saying, like, you get lost. It'll just be like, this is insane.
VHS SCP will be framed as recovered field documentation or video evidence gathered, redacted, and archived by the secretive organization. Standalone segments in the anthology will focus on different objects, entities, or events under the containment breach narrative. Spooky Pictures is headed by genre veterans Steven Steiner. Quote, the horror genre continues to be a remarkable launchpad for new talent to share original creations, and the vast SCP universe has provided a vital incubator for this creativity to thrive. Spooky Pictures co-founder Steven Schneider said, quote, along with INS, this next project reinforces our shared commitment to look in new and unexpected spaces for stories. We can't wait to expand the VHS franchise with new, fresh, and terrifying stories that will keep viewers coming back for more. So they don't answer the copyright problem.
Yeah, but here's what I'm wondering. Because from what I have, little bits and pieces I have gleaned, it sounds like it might be similar to what they did, what Shudder did with or not Shudder, what Sci-Fi did with that TV series that was based off of the creepypastas. Why am I blinking on the name of that TV series?
I don't know.
Uh,
But it was all like public domain stuff because that's what the SCP Foundation, or it's Creative Commons. Sorry, it's not public domain. It's Creative Commons. You cannot copyright anything in the SCP. Like you can't lift SCP number 185 and go, we're going to make money off of this now. We're going to copyright it. Because then you would owe
Channel Zero. I couldn't even find it on there, but luckily my brain finally worked. Did you ever see Channel Zero?
No.
So what Channel Zero was, because is really the same kind of thing, because creepypastas are the same way. They're not copyrightable because they're public domain. Like once you post them on there, you're literally giving anybody in the world permission to do whatever with your story.
Right.
That's just how it works.
Creative Commons is what it's called.
Exactly. But if you were to take and monetize it, that's where it gets a little bit muddy. And so what I have heard is with Channel Zero, what they did is they actually tracked down the initial writers, the writers of those creepypastas, and then copyrighted those stories from that writer and made it into a series. Now, I don't know how much they had to tweak them or change them. From what I remember, they were pretty close to but because it's also public domain, or anyway.
The problem with the SCP Foundation is that there's a lot of stuff attached. So if you go to an SCP,
well, yeah, because a lot of it builds on itself. It's like building on each other's stuff.
There's like a bunch of different people write a bunch of different like short stories, fiction stories. They link to other SCPs.
Exactly.
That's what makes it so hard. So like if you go back to the original person who the original guy who posted SCP 180, and I'm just using, I don't know what 185 actually is, but so I'm just using that as
there's so many of them.
If you go back to the original poster of SCP 185 and you go, okay, we're going to use your SCP. We want to copyright it. Here's your permission. Here's what we're going to pay you. What about all the other people that built off of that wrote short stories based off of it, did that? What if the
I think it would have to be
is similar to one of those short stories? You're going to go to that guy and you're going to pay him too?
Well, I don't think you'd have to, because it is basically public domain. And so you're copywriting not the story, you're copywriting like the visual movie version of it. You know what I mean? And which if it ever became like for merchandising and things like that, I don't know how that would all work.
So then how are VHS, how are they going to be able to handle copyright stuff when it comes to their property? Because if they're using SCP, if they're using the logo, the title, if they're using all of that, what if somebody?
Well, that is copyrightable. They can get the copyright of that because that's owned by the web hosting, like the website, the SCP, what is it, foundation.com or whatever it is. Just like creepypasta. That's how you're able to use the creepypasta logo, is they get permission from them to use them as an entity. But this might be doing something similar to what we saw in Faces of Death too, where it's not even using the actual stories, but using it like someone is using the stories to do something or other. You know what I mean? Like, did you see the Faces of Death movie?
No, I didn't have any interest.
Because basically the Faces of Death movie, most people thought it was remaking Faces of Death. It wasn't. It was actually kind of an ingenious idea. The movie ended up being kind of but it was a cool idea anyway. And it was that there was a serial killer who was inspired by the Faces of Death original VHS movie and took that and started killing people in the order and in the same ways that people died in the original movie. And so it was cool because it was like you're using the footage from that original movie, but also new footage and this new shit that's going on with this serial killer.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, there was too many things that were like writing wise were not great in it, but like the core of it was cool. So there's things you could kind of work around, but from the best guess I have is that they're just going to track down some of the writers and basically have some of those writers write something similar, maybe not exactly the same, but similar to the things that they did, and collaborate with different writers, because that would only make sense too, because that's what VHS does. Like all the VHSs are built from a number of creative artists that basically come together, and we're like, like the last one, the Halloween one, it was like 6 different artists, and I met a bunch of them at Fantastic Fest last year, and they basically all had like a big old dinner, and they all sat around and they just came up with ideas, and then each one kind of took their their segment and ran with it, and they kind of collaborated a little bit together to try to make something that worked, but since it's an analog, since it's anthology, it doesn't have to be, that structured anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited for this, but also what they didn't mention there, which I don't know why they didn't mention, is this is going to be the first VHS that's going to theaters.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
So this is supposed to have a much bigger budget.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. They all kind of drop on streaming.
Yep.
Huh.
I think maybe the first one had a tiny theatrical run, maybe. But I know like ever since they've been on Shudder, so at least the last like 5 or 6 of them have all been straight to Shudder. Like I was able to see the Halloween one in theaters last year. It was so fun. Like I wish that it had been for everybody in theaters, because it makes those movies so much more entertaining in like that setting.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that they're so far ahead of the game compared to a lot of other people, because like all these, like, this is the thing I wanted to bring up, because like all these news stories are the same thing. Basically, everybody sees the success of Obsession and Backrooms and basically YouTubers, these online creators, and they're like,
now
everybody in Hollywood,
the internet
they're going to grab up as many of them
what
as
did
they
I
can.
just read? Hang on, I just read something the other day that somebody was going to be doing a YouTube series. What did I just read?
This is another story, the Steven Spielberg one.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's in there, the notes I see.
Right. Okay. Let me go back to,
because this is a huge deal. Like the VHS thing I'm excited about. And I think that actually has the potential, actually more than probably any of them, to be good. Whereas this Steven Spielberg one has the potential to be either great or not like very like watered down bullshit. I don't think there'll be I have a feeling there won't be much in the middle. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah. Again, from Bloody Disgusting, the Mandela Catalog explained inside Alex Kister's viral analog horror phenomenon. So, it's another thing that this is going to be one of the first things that we see of people scrounging the internet for YouTuber stuff that they can try to turn into a movie, thanks to Iron Lung and Backrooms and Obsession.
What's crazy to me about this one, though, is this is actually bigger than Backrooms. The Mandela Catalog is like been a big fucking deal for like a long time, and it's so deep. Like there are so many episodes, and like the lore behind this is so complex. That's what I mean by it could either be a watered down like PG-13 teenager bullshit, which is what I'm worried about with Steven Spielberg being attached, because if it goes like it should, which would be like creepy and scary and like Backrooms, that's not a Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg generally makes PG-13 like blockbuster kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
He's only attached as producer.
I first heard about the Mandela Catalog through a couple of nephews who are obsessed with the ARG's sinister mythology. It was only after watching Wendigoon's in-depth analysis of the series that I realized just how deep this rabbit hole goes. In fact, I'd already been exposed to the nightmarish visuals of Alex Kurtz's.
Who's saying all this?
This is the author, Louise.
Okay. Because I was like, hold on, is Steven Spielberg actually name drop Wendigoon?
No, yeah, this is from the author, Louise H.C. In fact, I'd already been exposed to the nightmarish visuals of Alex Kurtz's YouTube creation for years at that point, without even realizing that it was the origin of several viral cursed images and spooky memes that had leaked onto the wider internet, with this viral element actually being a part of the catalog's overarching narrative. Flash forward to 2026, and the unprecedented success of Kane Parsons' Backrooms has led to Hollywood betting on horrific internet properties with existing fan bases, which means that Kurtz's unique hybrid of both religious and analog horror is finally headed to the big screen with a script written by Kurtz himself alongside Tyler Clifton. While this news shouldn't be too surprising, if you've been keeping up with the ongoing success of the Mandela Catalog, both myself and Wendigoon have previously predicted the series would inevitably make the jump to theaters one day. Plenty of horror fans are likely confused as to why so many folks are excited for what appears to be a Hollywood adaptation of a series of creepy JPEG images under a VHS filter. With that in mind, today I'd like to invite fellow readers to accompany me as I explore the origins of Alex Kurtz's viral hit and attempt to explain exactly why we should all be excited about the Mandela Catalog adaptation.
Yeah, if the thing is, it on the surface, like don't go through this article. It's fucking gonna be long. But like on the surface, I agree. It does just look like a bunch of creepy JPEGs, like whatever. But if you watch enough of it and you start to get into the actual story and meat of the bones and lore and stuff, oh, it's so cool. There's so much because it's basically about doppelgangers, like that we all have these doppelgangers that are just slightly, in some cases, they're just slightly different, and they're trying to basically replace us. So kind of like the movie Us, Jordan Peele's Us.
Yeah.
So a similar thing to that, but it's much creepier in my opinion, because like they're much more villainous. It's not like Us where at the end you're like, who is the bad guy? You know what I mean? Like it's not more morally ambiguous or anything. Like this is straight up, these are evil fucking entities that are trying to replace us, kind of thing. And like there's a whole bunch of crazy shit. I don't want to spoil a bunch, but no, it's really cool and it's worth digging into, regardless of if this movie's good or not. But there's a couple that are even better than these. There's a couple that are even better than Backrooms, and I love the Backrooms, and I love Mandela Catalog. But there's some that are even better to be made into movies. And I'm like, these motherfuckers in Hollywood, instead of just jumping on the next thing they see that has a fan base, look for the actual unique shit that's underground still, that isn't already like this huge thing. Be a pioneer. Take these things and do something with them. Like, what was the one I just talked about recently? That was so good. The Glendale, is it the Glendale Archives?
I don't know. I don't know any of this shit. I'm not on the internet anymore.
Yeah, it's a full-time job, dude. Yeah, the Glendale Archives, dude. It's like one of the most, it's like brand new. Like he's only been making it about a year. And it's just this one guy, and he goes around and films himself in the world, but the world is empty. He's by himself. And the way it's put together, and then there starts to be these creatures of some kind that are there. He's not completely alone. And the way all that plays out, it's so analog and like simplified, just shot on his phone kind of thing, but it is so well done and creepy, and you could easily make a fantastic movie from it. Like snag up that guy, you know, or there's there's at least a dozen other ones that are as good or better that could be amazing movies. It's like what they need to do is fucking just go hire Wendigoon. Like Wendigoon knows all this shit. He's friends with all these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
and he doesn't need the money. He would do it just to simply help out all these people get their names out there. Because Wendigoon, you know, him and Meat Canyon are fucking killing it, dude. They're making literally millions and millions and millions off their podcast and their channels and stuff. Yeah. Like a lot of these guys don't need the money. They want to be able to,
if they wanted to make
spread their wings and make creative shit.
Fund it themselves. So like, you know, why even go find this stuff? Like just write original stories.
Because it's not that like the Mandela Catalog, right? He is made probably to make a movie, you got to have the money like what's his name did that made Iron Lung. Every time I need to think, Markiplier. Every time I need to think of a name, it's not there. Yeah, doppelganger, like evil doppelgangers. Anyway, you got to have you got to have Markiplier kind of money. And that's not like these guys are super wealthy and successful, right? Like millionaires. But Markiplier is like millions upon millions upon millions. Like he's been making millions for 10 years, you know? Yeah. Like he's got like he could go and risk 20 million to make, or 30 million, whatever, to make a movie. The guy does, these guys don't have that kind of money. So like, yeah, if you want to make a little indie kind of thing, you definitely could. But then a lot of it is like Wendigoon is working on a movie. He's got a movie that he's working on that's like lower budget or whatever. But the tricky part is and I know Meat Canyon is been messing with stuff too. The thing is, it's having the connections, having it's about the camera guys, the actors. Like, how do you, just because you have maybe the money to make this, you don't have the know-how and you don't have the connections to make this whole big thing. That's the only reason Kane Parsons needed Hollywood to make his movie. because the Backrooms is making money. He didn't need money. Like, that's what's so weird. The difference between him and the Obsession people. Because like all the Obsession people, like there's this story that's breaking this week. Everybody's like finding out, like in Everett was literally last year walking dogs and doing, like, you can go look still. She did live streams on the internet, like playing video games and stuff, trying to make money, like waitressing, like doing all this stuff, just like any other starving actress and artist does. Like everybody's just surprised by this. And it's like, no, this is how artists survive.
This is how it works. This is how it
it's
fucking works.
Fucked up.
This is why people don't do it. This is why people think they can do it now that AI just does all their shit for them. They don't understand that there's a process.
Like it was 10 months.
Like
10 months after Obsession before she got another paying gig.
You can't just, you can't just fucking just.
And she only got like, what was it, 20? And then she got 20 grand. And then she got like 20 grand for doing Obsession.
Yeah.
Which she'll end up making millions. Like she's gonna literally make hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's not even a thing. But
she's got a career ahead of her, yeah.
But like all the people with Obsession, literally just a couple months ago, were like did not have any money. They were all poor as fuck. Whereas like these internet guys, they're already millionaires. Like Kane Parsons already is making millions. Like the amount of money you know, he's already making, like, every one of his Backrooms videos makes probably $50,000 or more. Like right away. Like they're, you know, it's, you know, you make millions a year off of channels that have millions of subscribers like that. But so it's not a matter of just having the money. You got to have the connections and all of that. And especially a lot of these guys are really young. You know, like Kane Parsons is not even 21 yet.
Yeah.
You know, and I know the guy that did the Mandela catalog, I believe, is younger too. But like some of these guys are still, you know, like late teens, early 20s. You know, and I just hope we don't see a lot of them getting taken advantage of, because I could very much see that.
I mean, it's gonna
especially when they're not driven on money. You know, they're just wanting to make a cool project.
Yeah.
Like I worry that Hollywood is going to eat some of these people alive. But
yeah. All right. We got to get out of here. I got to eat and go to bed.
Our last story.
And well, no, we got a couple of stories, but we're pushing it. I know I'm late, but we're only.
I know. What were the last ones? Siren Head is another online thing, but it's more closer to the Backrooms. As far as I know, there isn't even really like a series or anything off of Siren Head. So I don't know how they're even making that into a movie. It's kind of like a Slender Man. It's very similar to a Slender Man situation. So I don't think there's a ton of lore or anything to go off of that. But that's the only other story we had.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get to it next week. But anyway, so
that's literally it. There isn't much with Siren Head. It's just another viral online thing like Backrooms, how it started.
Well, maybe we can talk about it next week or something. But anyway,
we're talking Evil Dead Burn next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to talk
Evil
Dead Burn, right? Yes, I know. I'm going to go see it. All right. Well, all right, we're talking Evil Dead Burn next week. But next week, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 12 a.m. over there in the UK, 10:36 a.m. in weird Aussie land. Demonessa, I hope we made you laugh at least a little bit. Sorry you're having a bad time. We love you. We thank you for watching, and all of you.
Love
we
you
thank
guys
you for watching. And we will see y'all next week.
You guys are the best.
Bye.